Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs who left their home to see the world. All summer long, they roamed through the woods and over the plains. They played games and had lots of fun. But when autumn came, they decided they needed their own homes. Each pig had a different idea of what the home should be. The first little pig was the laziest, and he decided to build a house of straw. "It'll only take a day," he said. The other 2 pigs thought this was a very bad idea. "A house made of straw will be weak," they told him. "It'll fall down during the first rainstorm." But when the first little pig refused to listen, he built his house out of straw. The second little pig was not so lazy. He decided to build his house out of twigs. It took him 3 days. "You've worked much too hard," said the first little pig. "My house of straw was much easier to make." "You haven't worked hard enough," said the third little pig. "It takes time, patience, and hard work to build a house that is strong enough to stand up to wind, rain, and snow." The third little pig built his house out of bricks. It was the strongest, sturdiest house in the neighborhood. That was a good thing, because one day a big, bad wolf came to town, and he was very, very hungry. He decided to visit the house of the 3 little pigs. The big, bad wolf came to the house of the first little pig. It was made of straw. Little pig, let me in," he cried. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," the little pig answered. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf, and that's exactly what he did. Luckily, the first little pig escaped. He ran to the house of the second little pig. The big bad wolf then came to the house of the second little pig. It was made of twigs. Little pig, let me in," he cried. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," said the little pig answered. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. And that's exactly what he did. Luckily, the 2 little pigs escaped. They ran to the house of the third little pig. "The big bad wolf is coming," they cried. "Let us in." The third little pig opened the door wide, and his 2 brothers got inside just in time. The big bad wolf came to the house of the third little pig. It was made of bricks. Little pig, let me in," he cried. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," the third little pig answered. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. And that's exactly what the wolf tried to do. But he couldn't. The brick house was too strong. So the wolf decided to go down the chimney. The third little pig is very clever. He had already started a fire in the fireplace. And when the big bad wolf came down the chimney, he had a very hot time indeed. He scampered back up the chimney and was gone in a flash. And that was the end of the big bad wolf. The 3 little pigs danced round and round the yard, singing tra-la-la, tra-la-la. The big bad wolf will never come back again. His tail is burned and his coat singed black. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la. And they lived happily ever after in 3 brick houses.